someone who sits on the board of directors for the diocese, seeing all the different requests, Gilead requests presented, was very impressive. But watching all these gifts bloom and blossom into new ministries and new imagination of how we could be the church is very exciting.
In some of the interviews with the members who were making those decisions, it's also broadening your scope of meeting other Episcopalians in a different setting that you might not meet in any other time.
Our diocese is just blessed, and to hear other projects, to read about them is so exciting. Take a look at the variety of ideas, the variety of grants, and write it, because all of our churches are going to benefit. We're going to share this information.
Step on in, the water's fine. The grant proposal itself was very straightforward. I appreciated the plenty of time on the lead up to allow a church to work its way through its processes.
Just the idea of a grant to grow something is, I think, a good idea. It's something that gets our vestry thinking. It really helped us, I think, focus and imagine, what we could do with some seed funding.
What's Gilead stand for? Grow Iowa leaders, engaging all disciples. That's exactly what we want Lizzie Gilman to lead our charge to get out into the world and out in the community.
Our project is to put in a handicap accessibility ramp and a handicap accessibility restroom. The grant process was straightforward, and the review committee was very encouraging to us.
I decided to apply for this Gilead grant because we had such a wonderful experience last year, and art is one of the ways that we reach out to our community.
In our first attempts at providing a Facebook Zoom Connect with them, it was very evident that there were people in the congregation and there were families we didn't know that were also connecting to our church. And so technology was going to become a part of us.
You're hard working with the word of God. That is why you approve us for this grant. So our community, they are very happy. They are very happy for that. The way you did it for us.
We came out of our first meeting with the Gilead Committee with the idea of a labyrinth, and that came out of our discussion, which opened up a whole new universe of thoughts and ministry that we really didn't have going into the meeting.
So the initial grant was for funding for children and youth receiving mental health services. So out of that initial grant discussion, I guess, came the idea of having a behavioral mental health ministry team.
The Middle Way is a podcast that explores the intersection between the church calendar and everything else that's happening in our world.
So every month we bring on guest speakers and topics that help us think through the lectionary, through our liturgical season, and pair that with whatever's happening in the world.
Part of the reason that we are so passionate about this is we had a member of the AA group that could not come and meet because of the fact of those stairs. So we're really excited to be able to open it up to the community.
The second dose allowed us to finish the journey we started with the first grant, and also to expand it to help improve the zoning capabilities too.
We're looking at doing some improvements to our sound system and also adding video capability so we can live stream our service.
The Youth Academy program is thrilled to be receiving a Gilead grant for the second year. And so it's great to be building on the momentum we started in the first year and to continue to collaborate with the diocese for a second year.
I'd like to speak personally about why I'm passionate about this project. That is how I came to the Episcopal Church. A friend of mine in the Webster City congregation had been inviting me to join services. She told me about the Zoom service, and I just had found my church.
We found that working with the Gilead Grant Committee was unique because they would give us feedback on what they saw. In fact, the story that we've had and the idea that we've brought through that process is one that we've used to fund 4 other grants now for the tractor, and we now have enough money to afford the garden tractor thanks to the Gilead Grant Program.
I would like to add my thanks to everyone who's donated to the fund, and to encourage those who have not yet. There's still time.
We appreciate the vision of the people who created the idea of Gilead, and those who continue to further its work, and those who provide resources to do that work.
We want to thank especially you, the individuals on the committee, and the individuals that put in the money into the Gilead grant. Those folks are a godsend.